that thing. I'm gonna try to get closer to it. Well guys, I am actually reshooting the intro to today's video because I was originally trying to show you guys some jerkbaits, and I stumbled upon one of the weirdest things I've ever seen on a golf course, and that is some sort of feline. I'm assuming that this thing was a bobcat, but it could be a mountain lion, it could be some sort of lynx, or I'm not even certain what this thing is. If you do know, please let me know in the comments below. But once I came across this thing, I noticed it was down in a little canal. It was feeding on something for a short minute, and once I started getting closer, it started just getting away from me, obviously, right? It got into a nice brush line, and I tried to get the best shot that I could of it, and I think I did fairly well. So hopefully you enjoyed today's video. You'll get to see this incredible feline that I found on a golf course here in the middle of Dallas, and on top of that you'll get to see a little bit about hard plastic jerkbaits versus soft plastic jerkbaits. But before we dive into that, I also have to tell you where you can get these jerkbaits, and that is going to be shopkarls.com, guys, which is actually today's sponsor. Not only is shopkarls.com my favorite place to get tackle, but it has the best bang for the bucks and free shipping for all members. So what are you waiting for, guys? Get on over to shopkarls.com right now, where they have exclusive sales all holiday season, and you can even use my discount code RYANR10 at checkout to save you additional savings. So get on over there. I'll leave a link below in my description. Big shout out to Shop Karls for sponsoring today's video. Now let's jump into this thing. Alright guys, we officially made it out here to our first little pond. As you can see, I got two rods with me, and the reason with that is we are going to be using a soft plastic and a hard plastic today, just depending on the application. This pond behind me, as you can see, it's got a good amount of vegetation, and with it being winter, there's a lot of it falling into the pond, unfortunately. So with the treble hooks, we might get snagged up, so I want to have multiple rigs set up so we can just grab and go. So let's go ahead and start fishing and see what we can get going today. Let's go ahead and start with the soft plastic. The hard plastic, I got it on the Googan Twitch rod. It's a pretty good setup for that, and it's got the Shimano DC on there, so it can, you know, reduce any backlash we might get. But with the amount of vegetation lines that we have here and all the grass that I can just see, the dead grass, I want to throw this weedless jerkbait in here first and just kind of pivot through, see if there's honestly even any fish hugged up in this area. With it being so cold, high potential that there might not even be fish wanting to bite, so we're gonna have to work it really slow today. Got hit. I got hit by something. What is that? What is that? What is that? It's a little guy. Man, that guy's about as big as the bait. I didn't even know I'd be catching fish that small on a jerkbait. Really cold bass though, but there we go. I'll take it, man. Good little largie. Let's get him back in the water. Solid release, buddy. That's why we want to fish it really slow though. You're gonna have fish just barely picking this thing up and running off with it. Try to use this hard plastic one real quick. We're just gonna give it that classic reel and twitch method. Really simple way to fish these things. And one thing I'll recommend, right now we're fishing a 4 to 6 foot. This pond doesn't feel 4 to 6 foot, so sometimes what I'll do is I'll pop it upward instead of downward, and that'll make sure the bait kind of stays somewhere in that middle water column. And you'll see we keep slacking the line, so if something does run off with it, it's not setting that hook right away. It's going to give it a little bit of time to kind of put those hooks in its mouth and set the hook like that automatically. There we go. Talking into action. Lost them right there because I got a little high stick, but that is really what you want to do. You just want to slowly just pivot those things towards you, give it some slack. Once you get a nice little amount of slack, sometimes these fish will just pick it up and run with it, and they set the hook on themselves. So let's go with the weedless real quick. Really a great opportunity to show you guys the difference between when you want to throw a weedless versus when you want to throw a normal. And as you can see, they both work. We've gotten fish on both of them already, so just about finding the right time in the right place. Something's on it. Something was on it. That's a good one too. Feels better at least. Yeah, that's a good fish. It's fighting good. Low and slow, baby. Come on over here. Oh man, he's barely fighting because it's so cold. I got a second fish. Not a bad one at all. He kind of chowed that thing down. I got it right before he swallowed it. These fish
are extremely cold though, man. I'm gonna get him back in the water. He came up, picked it up. There you go, buddy. Let's freaking go, man. Soft plastic jerkbait is gonna be the key to catching fish though today, just because we have so much vegetation to have to work in and out of just to find where these fish would naturally be. So we'll keep working this thing around this edge. If I get to a pond where there's some more open water, we'll definitely pull out that treble hooked jerkbait or the hard jerkbait and start fishing that as well. Got to start somewhere, guys. It's usually at the bottom. It's usually at the bottom. What is that? That is a monster. That is a monster dink. All right, we found the dinks at this pond. I'm gonna get this guy unhooked. Let's get to the next spot. We know they'll bite the jerkbait, and I've come to show you guys that they'll bite the jerkbait. But now we gotta go catch some real fish. Look at this guy. This guy is mean. He ate a bait that's about half the size of his body. Look at that. You're crazy, bro. I'm gonna have to call you little fat Juanito. Later's little fat Juanito. Guys, there was a bobcat that just came right across this trail right here. I'm gonna see if it's still there. Don't really want to mess with the bobcat, but that's crazy. I've never seen anything like that. Holy shit. What the hell is that thing? I think it's got something in its mouth. Holy shit, it looks like a chihuahua or something. I'm gonna try to get closer to it. Pretty interesting, man. Well, that was a weird little side mission, but first time for everything. I just saw a bobcat on the freaking golf course. That was awesome. I don't know why that was awesome, but it was pretty interesting to me, pretty intriguing. Let's go ahead and work down this way. There should be one more body of water that I really want to fish. We'll see what happens there. Oh my, this looks kind of cool. So walking to the spot, looks like we got like a little creek rapids. I bet you this would be cool to come BFS fish sometime. I'm not going to fish this right now, but if you guys think we should come back and BFS fish this, definitely let me know in the comments below. That looks pretty good. Nothing for, I mean, not really anything that I can fish with right now, but definitely something I want to try in the future. The wind is kicking up again all of a sudden. There's no wind earlier. Now at this spot, there's a ton of wind. Something went for it. That thing's fighting hard. Don't high stick it. What is it? Is it a bass? Man, oh, I got him on the outside, that's why. Yeah, I dropped it. Ooh, dropped it in that grass line. Almost got a jerkbait to the face right there. This guy came out of that grass and smoked that thing, dude. Look how fat that guy is. Yeah, they're eating a lot better at this one than the last one. Little football-sized bass. That is probably the best one of the day. And we got him on that hard plastic jerkbait. And check the top of his head right there. Looks like he might have some parasites. No, I think that's just where the hook got him. Flipped his scale up. Yeah, we got a hook right there and a hook right there on the outside. Wow, got lucky on that guy. There we go though, guys. Another nice bass, probably the nicest one of the day. See you later, buddy. Alright guys, we got about 30 minutes left of sunlight left, technically 40, so I'm gonna give it 10 more minutes here, then I'm gonna walk back to the front of the course. Not been a ton of action today. We've definitely found the bite on the jerkbaits. It's never easy, especially when you have cold temperatures, which is why we're out here trying to show you guys. But I'm really hoping we can at least get a nice sized bass. I want to say a big bass, but you never really know during this time of the year what's going to be biting or how often they're going to be biting. So I'm just hoping we can get ourselves a nice sized bass, or at least another one like we just got recently. Well guys, that is really going to be it for today's little adventure. We got out here trying to just do some jerkbait fishing and show you guys a little bit more about the hard plastics, soft plastics, and just different applications when you can fish a jerkbait. And I feel like we did a pretty good job of that. We caught some good fish, we caught some small fish, but either way we did catch some fish, and that is what you have to kind of just zone in and do during this fall and winter transition. During these winter months, it's really cold, the bite gets really hard, and sometimes you just have to adapt and adjust. And if you can only get a few little fish, it's better than no fish, right? So I feel like we've accomplished today very well. If you guys are interested in picking up any of this gear, once again, I'll leave it below in my description. Once again, you can pick up all the tackle at shopkarls.com, but if you're interested in learning about the rods and reels, I'll leave links below in my description as well. So hopefully you guys got a good understanding. If you did, please make sure you leave me a thumbs up or subscribe to the channel as well for future content, and we'll catch you on our next adventure. Thanks again for watching, guys. Peace.